Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to play Irelia in the mid lane, guys, in Season 11. While explaining everything about Irelia, I'm also going to be watching a specific player. This guy is an EU West Challenger player. He has about 985 LP right now, and he's insanely good at Irelia, guys. Today we're going to be watching him. I'm going to be explaining a lot about him and, about the champion. So with that being said, let's just get started right away, guys. So for the best runes for Irelia, we have the main keystone, which is Conqueror. We have Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand with Biscuit Delivery, and the Time Warp Tonic with attack speed, AD, and Magic Resist. You also want to take a Corrupting Potion as a starter item, mainly because of the Time Warp Tonic. It's going to improve like the healing from the potions. You also want to be maxing your Q first, starting with E, then maxing your Q first, then max your E as secondary, and then max your W as last. For Irelia mid lane, you also want to take Ignite. And as for the, Ignite of Flesh, and as for the item build of Irelia, you actually want to rush a Blade of the Ruined King as the first item of the game. Lots of people make the mistake to rush a mythic item on Irelia, when in fact, what you actually want to do is starting off Blade of the Ruined King and then buying the mythic item afterwards. So a typical build would be a Blade of the Ruined King into the Trinity Force, eventually getting a Sterix Gauge, possibly even Guardian Sage. It kind of depends on the mid lane game, but that's generally what you want to be looking out for. Now, as far as the lane, guys, you want to play as aggressive as you possibly can. You want to like all in when you actually get the 5 stacks on the Q. For example, right here, Irelia was playing insanely safe in the early stage of the game, the level 1. She was playing super safe, but as soon as you actually get the 5 stacks, like by stacking, which I mean like stacking its passive, if you actually Q to all the creeps, you eventually get 5 stacks. It improves all of your, it improves the attack speed and everything. You want to all in right afterwards and abuse that spike as much as possible, guys. This is one of the most broken things about Irelia. It's like when you proc the passive of Irelia, having the 5 stacks, she becomes insanely broken. Do not ever really fight your opponent if you don't really have the 5 stacks of the passive. She's looking out to see if she can also catch the jungler. Look at the kind of pressure that she currently has. She has already killed Gangplank in level 2 and 3. Immediately going inside her own jungle right afterwards. And also trying to help out his jungler. And seeing if he can also get a catch. Because of this, the enemy jungler now has to cancel the camp. And fall behind just a little bit more. Which is pretty good. She's done 2 things already so far. Anyways, guys, as far as fighting your opponent, do not ever forget activating the Corrupting Potion while fighting your opponent, because this allows, also this, like, proccing while you fight your opponents. She also takes a Vampiric Scepter as the first item for the Blade of the Ruined King. Instead of staying in the lane, kind of like freezing out the lane, she sees like an amazing opportunity to catch down the Gangplank right here, while Hecarim was also in the dragon nearby, immediately getting a catch right after again, guys. As Irelia mid, your end goal is to apply as much pressure in the lane as possible, and then trying to roam to your jungle, helping them out, or roaming top or roaming bot lane. But ultimately, your main goal as Irelia is to have kill pressure and lane pressure. These 2 things combined allows you to snowball the game very, very quickly with Irelia. Like, this champion is specifically played to snowball the early game rather than mid late game. It's not necessarily like a mid late game champion. Immediately looking out to see if he can delay, helping out the jungler again by starting this fight right here, so he can get the camp and then turn everything afterwards. Look at how clean this is being played. Look at everything. Look at how clean this guy's Irelia is. This is what it looks like inside the hands of a master playing the champion. And this is like the kind of like Irelia mid lane playstyle that you want to be looking for when you play this champion. She's about to upgrade the Vampiric Scepter, getting the Recurve Bow. Okay, I'm still reading the items myself. Like the items are completely new, so I'm reading everything. Gives attack speed as well as like 50 physical damage on hit. Now, guys, Blade of the Rune King. Believe it or not, this item is just absolutely massive in Irelia at the moment because of the on hit and everything else it gives. It's just extremely broken. Just like the last season. Irelia sees that Gangplank is roaming down to bot lane. She will immediately have to like push down the entire wave to stop like Gangplank from getting the farm here. If this is being played out super smart, she pushes down the wave and then blocks the road afterwards. Look at this. She's blocking down the road so that Gangplank is being forced to like walk all around the wall to try and take the farm. While this is happening, Irelia is now trying to like play around the enemy jungler, trying to stop them from taking the blue buff. Look at the amount of pressure that Irelia gives. Completely 1v2ing these guys, including the jungler. Look at that. Completely 1v9ing the game in mid lane, guys. This is about as aggressive as you can possibly go when you play Irelia mid. He doesn't even give the jungler the chance to breathe in this game. Gets another catch. Really good gank by Akram, or... Well, not really, actually. Gets nearly the 5 stacks again. But yeah, guys, honestly, whenever you stack this up, you get the 5 stacks. It is so powerful. It is so good. Once this is fully stacked, you can, like, your all-in is just so overpowered.
Rampage.
She gets to like push down the entire wave as well using the Q. Now she can go back to base once again, like making sure that Gangplank is gonna lose the entire wave. Do not ever go back to base while you have the chance to push it in, because all of this wave that you just pushed in right now, Gangplank is gonna miss everything, right? This also gives you the, like, you know, this also gives you the time that you need in order to like backport to base without having to worry about the wave being pushed in. So like mentioned before, the first item you want to get is obviously going to be a Blade of the Rune King, because this item is just super broken at the moment. Once again, you don't necessarily need to have a mythic item, because believe it or not, mythic items passive only grants you the stats once you actually get a legendary item. So your first item does not necessarily have to be a mythic item, guys. That's why Blade of Rune King is the perfect fit for Irelia, because it suits her playstyle, it suits everything. Pushes down the entire wave here as well, forcing Gangplank to stay under the turret so that he has to farm and everything. Just looking to dive this guy as well. Kind of risky though. But once again, very well played. It was very risky because one of the enemy team could walk in and just clean her up. So he currently has the Blade Rune King, has the Heartbound Axe. He's now working towards getting the Trinity Force. Once she actually gets Blade with the Trinity Force, she becomes unstoppable. She becomes so broken. Having the Blade and the Trinity Force together, it's such a broken combo. She can now clean up the entire wave. She can push down the entire lane. Then she can also look into like trying to like get a catch on that set, which is roaming currently. Look at that set trying. This is gonna be free kills for him. Irelia is playing this like so clean right now. The whole game is currently just getting completely carried by Irelia, guys. Okay. Just standing in mid lane right now. Bot lane is being pushed in all the way, so there's nothing to do there. She could technically go bot lane right now and split push that, but if she pushes mid lane right now, she can use that to, like, you know, roam top again soon afterwards. Ooh, she's about to get into 1v2 right here. Look at the way how she places out. Each auto attack that she does so much damage. She could destroy someone with only 3 auto attacks. Okay, just speeding up a little bit to continue with Irelia. There we go. Now she can just proceed to push mid lane and then just roam afterwards. What I kind of like find interesting about this Irelia player specific is that he's actually like constantly staying mid lane, applying pressure around the lane rather than just, like, you know, roaming completely to top lane. This guy in specific, like, he plays a lot around his jungler. He also, like, completely forces the enemy jungler into canceling the camps and everything. But he doesn't necessarily, like, walk top lane or bot lane. Getting the kill and everything as well. There isn't really that much to do. The best thing that the team could do right now is actually going to the Herald and then starting that right now.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So you have the free push here as well. You just have to be really careful about the Jhin and set. This is absolutely fine for Irelia. She can just take them out, take them down. Also, Hacker can just clean it up. Takes down another catch right here, walks back safely. She can also take the rep buff and lifesteal from that. Once she gets back to base right now and gets the Trinity Force, absolutely no one can stop her. The enemy jungler is now so far behind because of Irelia, of what she's done in the early game. She doesn't stand a single chance anymore. She's now also has the Trinity Force. Still has the Hearthbound Axe though. This is a pretty good item. She can just get back to, like, pushing mid and then getting the Herald right after.
Shut down.
So far, pretty good game for Irelia, but the team does have to, like, force the lane right now. Vladimir's farming bot lane currently, which is pretty good. He has a teleport too. Hecarim's currently farming down the jungle. It's much better if the team just groups up right now and just force the lane. That would be very good. Like, all it comes down to right now is Irelia just literally pushing down the lane and forcing turrets to get over the team. Hecarim is, like, still kind of, like, farming down the jungle right now. Irelia could also go top lane right now and farm out the entire side lane there too. There's currently a jungler right behind her. That's going to be a kill for them as well. She's trying to, like, walk up to Jhin to pull off her E. But then again, she doesn't necessarily have to. The team is going to be fine anyway. But I think it's very interesting about this Irelia is the fact that she stays within the lane a lot. This guy in specific, like, once he gets towards the mid game, he's just kind of, like, walking around mid, seeing if he can potentially dive them under the turret. He's going out to the side lanes now. Obviously, like, the dragon is up, so you want to, like, play around it. They're currently fighting around the dragon. Nearly had, like, a catch though. Irelia doesn't necessarily have to move. She could just push down the lane right now. If she pushes down bot lane, she applies pressure, forces the enemy team to, like, farm out that wave, and she gives the space that way. Just walking down inside the jungle. Hecarim already has the dragon. She doesn't have to worry about it. She also bought the plated steel caps right now. This is pretty good because obviously they have like a Gangplank, which is, you know, AD. They have a Jungler, which is AP, and Rice, which is AP too. But they have a Jhin and Zed, which is also like kind of like auto attack based. So having like the plated steel caps is pretty good. Then again, like Mercs in this game would have also been pretty good. Having another catch again from the team. Using the ultimate under the turret, waiting for Hecarim to jump in with the ultimate so that the tower is now obviously not going to focus Irelia. That was a perfect ultimate made by Irelia, guys. That dive was completely planned out. Just waiting for the jungler to react first before going in so that, you know, the tower is not going to destroy her. Look at the attack speed and everything that she gains from Blade Rune King with the Trinity Force with the 5 stacks. That's just incredible, guys. Now she can get back to base. She can afford the next item. Now she also bought a Wit's End. And this is kind of situational. You don't necessarily have to build this. But Wit's End is a pretty good item. Because they have like an AP jungler with like an AP like Rice in the top lane. By buying this item, it's not just good because you play against like AP champions, like 2 of them. They all like it also applies this thing. Let me actually see if they changed it in the season. Attacks apply 61 magic damage on a hand and grants move speed. Okay, they slightly changed. Okay. Once again, like, it's just like an on-hit item, and it also grants movement speed, which is pretty good.
Rampage.
I find the new season pretty interesting, like having a new item changes. Still sometimes just like reading the items though, so I can see if it's still the same where I've changed like a little bit. Flashes with Q and auto. This game is pretty much over for Irelia. Like, this Irelia has played out this game like super flawlessly. Only in certain situations, kind of what, but this is typically how you want to play Irelia, guys. Irelia mid is such a good champion if played properly. Look at this. Look at these Irelia mechanics, guys. This champion has like so much potential. Also, don't forget, guys. She uses her E so that she can Q over the wall too. That's something you can do, especially if you're running from someone. Takes down every single camp. I always recommend this, guys. If you have the chance to take down the entire jungle from the enemy team, you should always take that chance, because the more you take away from the enemy team, the more likely that they will never be able to come back. Because if you take all the XP, if you take all the camps for your own, they can't come back. Like, that's one of their resources to come back. And if you take all of that, they won't be able to. Before going back to base to buy her new items or anything, she's just moving down mid lane as well. She sees like a fight coming. If Irelia like joins the fight, there's absolutely no way how the enemy team will ever win. This is going to be the final fight. This is where the game is going to end. Oh, about to get it. Yeah, this is where they end. Hey, anyways, guys, if you have learned something about this video, if there's like any questions you might have, either leave it down in the comment section below, or let me know live on stream. Now, guys, if you want to see challenge games from me, don't forget to check out my stream, guys. I'm streaming like 6 times a week. But yeah, with that being said, don't forget to check that out. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys for next time. Peace.